Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. It's been a great Friday afternoon, and we make our way to the evening and bring you high school basketball tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hopefully your Friday has been treating you well tonight. The Roseburg boys are hoping this evening will treat them well. After a tough one in their last game against South Medford, Roseburg looks to try and bounce back, see if they can put together a full game and take down a Grants Pass team that comes in with a pretty good ranking, but you may not know exactly what you're getting out of this team based on what we see on the paper. We'll talk more about that coming up in the pregame show, but we welcome you into tonight's broadcast of Roseburg basketball here on The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. Good evening, folks. I'm Joey Keyran. Happy to be with you on another Friday night for some high school sports. Tonight, the Roseburg Indians trying to get off the schneid. 0-3 in conference play, 3-13 overall this year for the Roseburg Indians. They come in on a 4-game losing streak and trying to turn things around. But they've got a Grants Pass team on the other side that comes in at 8-7 overall this year, 1-2 in conference play. But when you look at it, this Grants Pass team, they haven't necessarily beaten some of the toughest competition. So we'll see how things go tonight for Roseburg, if they can maybe catch the Cavemen off guard and pull one off here at home tonight. Plenty coming up here in the pregame show. We'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys in the pregame show, talk a little bit about how the team's doing after a difficult loss and how they've bounced back over the last couple of days, and how they're dealing with a week where they're actually playing 2 games in conference play. So far, that hasn't been the case. So we'll talk with Coach Humphreys when we come back. Quick reminder that tonight's matchup is streaming live online at 541radio.com, where you can watch tonight's game streaming for free. So tune in there. You can watch the games on 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel. Just search 1490 The Score and subscribe to us on YouTube for all the action. We'll take a break and come back with a word with head coach Jordan Humphreys after this here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg football on 541radio.com.
Back here with more of our pregame on The Score, 92. Well, wouldn't you know it, right when we're getting ready to bring you our interview with Jordan Humphreys, we have battery issues. The battery's running out on my recorder, and I thought it had a little bit of life left in that, and unfortunately, it does not look like I do. So, not sure if we'll be able to bring you that interview with Coach Jordan Humphreys here on the program tonight. Unfortunate there. We had a good talk. I was excited to bring you that interview with Coach Humphreys that we had just a little bit ago. We'll see if we might be able to fire that up here, just trying out something real quick. But back here at Roseburg High School, as we welcome you back here to tonight's matchup between the Roseburg boys and the Grants Pass Cavemen. Tonight's game has been brought to you by our friends at Cascade Community Credit Union. Also by our friends at DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop, and by CHI Mercy Medical Center. See if we might be able to play this interview here with Coach Humphreys, and we'll bring you the action here in just a minute. Nope, it's not going to work. Well, that's fun. All right. Well, and usually have a number of batteries with me. Tonight, I left them at home. So we will go ahead and just keep it right here, talk about tonight's matchup. Apologize for not having Coach Jordan Humphreys in our pregame show tonight for you. So we will just skip ahead here a little bit, get ready for tonight's game. As we take a look at the way these two teams have gotten to where we are here today. For the Roseburg Indians, they're coming off of a 74-50 loss against South Medford on Tuesday. First Tuesday conference game for Roseburg this season. The Roseburg Indians actually came out to a 10-point lead against South Medford. We're on top 17-7, but they gave up a 14-0 run that stretched from the end of the first quarter into the second quarter. South Medford led the rest of the way. RHS was down by as many as 13 points in the third quarter, rallied back to within 5 points, but then South Medford finished the quarter on a 10-2 run and led by as many as 25 in the fourth period. Tough one there, probably one of the more lopsided losses of the season for the Roseburg Indians. In fact, they had a 24-point loss also this season, but had one 27-point loss earlier in the year. That is the worst one for Roseburg, but that one ranking up there. Coach talking about how the team, in our interview that unfortunately we didn't get a chance to bring you, Coach talking about how the team has bounced back. They try to focus one game at a time, one play at a time, keep moving forward, and make sure to put those games behind you and move forward from the matchups. And he said that he felt like the team did that. Now, another question I asked Coach Humphreys, and unfortunately you will not get the answer here tonight from him himself, but he did tell me. He said with the team, they continue to stay positive. They continue to keep working. And that is a good thing to see for a Roseburg team that is at 3-13. They've had their fair share of losses. And as we all know, when the losses start to pile up on you a little bit, you find yourself maybe starting to get a little down on yourself. And he says this Roseburg team continues to stick with it, continue to work and put in the effort. And so that's good to see for the Roseburg boys so far this season as they try to turn some things around. Now on the other side for the Grants Pass Cavemen, they come in. They lost their last game 58-33 on Tuesday against Sheldon. It was at home for the Cavemen. 33 points, the fewest points scored this season by Grants Pass. And it's funny, I keep my notes from the year before and then just update them as we go from year to year. Roseburg actually faced Grants Pass in the first game of the season that the two teams met last year, and Grants Pass was coming off of a loss against Sheldon last year in a game where they had actually scored their fewest points of the season in that one. So for a second consecutive season, Roseburg will face Grants Pass as the Cavemen come off of their worst offensive performance of the year. We'll see if Roseburg's able to maybe compound things for the Cavemen tonight as Grants Pass comes in. They've got the one-game losing streak on their record, 1-2 in conference play after a 58-33 loss against Sheldon on Tuesday. Grants Pass this year, they have the 8 wins on their record, but just 2 of those have come against 6A opponents, and those are by a combined 3 points. They beat South Medford a little earlier in the season by just 1 point, and they were able to beat a Canby team by just 2 points earlier in the year as well. So it has been not a lot of success against 6A competition this year for Grants Pass. They do have 3 wins over teams from California in tournament play, and they've got 2 wins over 5A teams and 1 win over a 4A team. So Roseburg has a 6A team. Maybe they can keep this game close against Grants Pass here tonight. Should mention on the other side for Roseburg, they have 3 wins this year. 1 is against a 5A team, 1 is against a team from California, and 1's against a team from the 6A classification. So you can kind of say a lot of the same things I said about Grants Pass against these Roseburg Indians as well. Getting ready for tonight's matchup. Joey Keyran here with you from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg hosting Grants Pass tonight. It's brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. For the Grants Pass Cavemen, graduating 7 seniors off of last year's team, so it's a program that does bring in a number of new faces. They returned only 4 players that saw the court last year against Roseburg, and only 3 of those even made a basket or scored any points against Roseburg, and the most of which you had 4 points for one of those players for Grants Pass. So not a lot of returning output for the Grants Pass Cavemen from last year, but they do have Morgan Law averaging 10.2 points per game so far this season, putting him in the top 10 in the Southwest Conference in scoring. For Roseburg, Zach Martin averaging 14.5 points a game this year. He's number 4 in the conference in scoring. Matt Parker at 10.5 points a game. He is tied for 8th in the Southwest Conference at the moment. Grants Pass averaging 55.2 points per game, giving up 54.8. Roseburg averaging 53.8 points per game, but giving up 64.2. That is a trend they are hoping to change coming up here tonight. We're going to get ready for another break here during the pregame show. We will have your Supercut starting lineups coming up here in just a few moments. And stick around for that coming up for the Roseburg Indians as we get ready for tip-off in tonight's matchup. Do want to let you know, coming up at halftime tonight, pretty cool event going on. The Roseburg Unified basketball teams are going to be out there playing an 8-minute game here at halftime. Roseburg High School tonight, the Unified Sports Program receiving a national recognition to promote its work with inclusion. A representative from Special Olympics Oregon is presenting a banner of national school recognition to the program's Unified basketball team. That's coming up at halftime here tonight. The Unified team will be showcasing the work that the program has been doing to demonstrate inclusion. Roseburg High School's Unified Sports Program includes 4 Unified teams, 3 skill-based basketball teams, and 1 cheer team. Unified Sports involves teams that are made up of both students with disabilities and without. So it's going to be fun. Always cool to see that coming up here at halftime. I think that the Unified basketball teams always seem like they get an opportunity to play during halftime during some of the varsity matchups throughout the season, and it's always fun to see them out there having fun. They also get their own time on the floor throughout the year, the winter sports season as well, playing their own games against some of the other competition from around the region, such as Sutherland and Douglas. I know Douglas actually just topping Sutherland a couple of nights ago I saw online, and Sutherland, they're also a nationally recognized program as well. So Unified Sports thriving here in Douglas County, and that's really awesome to see the theme of inclusion going on around the region. So we'll have that coming up here in just a little while at halftime of tonight's action. Also, folks, real quick, want to get a little bit of business out of the way for you. Let you know that tomorrow morning, starting at 7 o'clock, for all of you sports fans that might listen to The Score on our FM frequency, 92.3, we will be off the air on the 92.3 frequency on the FM side. Pacific Power is cutting power to our FM antennas, and that means that we won't have those frequencies broadcasting. You'll still be able to listen to The Score on 1490 AM, also streaming online, whether it's on your 541 radio app, on the 541radio.com webpage, or on things like your smart speakers and on other streaming apps. So you'll still be able to listen to the station, but you just won't be able to do it on 92.3 FM, starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow and going till 11 o'clock. About a 4-hour period going to be down on the FM side because Pacific Power needs to do some work with things, and they got to cut the power there. So we try and accommodate them, but unfortunately it means no FM signal coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully it won't interrupt things too much for everybody there. All right, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We'll take a final look at tonight's matchup, get you ready for tip-off, and get you right into our Supercut starting lineups. Back after this quick break. This is Roseburg basketball coming at you tonight on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
We continue our pregame show here from Roseburg High School as the Indians get ready tonight to take on the Grants Pass Cavemen in a Southwest Conference matchup tonight. We'll get to your Supercut starting lineups here in just a little bit. Before we do so, taking a look around the Southwest Conference this evening. Sitting at the top of the conference standings, South Eugene ranked 10th in the OSA Power Rankings. 3-0 in conference play, 14-3 overall, coming off of their big win over North Medford on Tuesday, the battle of the unbeatens in conference play. Sheldon sits at number 22 in the power rankings. They are 2-1, 10-6 overall. North Medford tied with them in conference standings at 2-1. North Medford 9-8 overall, 18th in the power rankings. Grants Pass 1-2, 8-7 overall, ranked number 23 in the state in the power rankings. And South Medford at 1-2, they're 8-9 overall at number 36 in the power rankings. And bringing up the rear right now, the Roseburg Indians at 0-3. They are 3-13 overall this season, ranked 48th by the OSAA power rankings. Coming up tonight in the Southwest Conference, South Eugene is at Sheldon tonight. And that'll be a big matchup there, as Sheldon could move into a tie and virtually take the lead in the conference with a win tonight. North Medford and South Medford squaring off in the black and blue game at South Medford tonight. So those games also getting ready to tip off at about 6:45 here tonight. So we'll keep an eye on those games going up here this evening. Also, Roseburg girls basketball tonight. They're on the road against Grants Pass down at Heater Newman Gymnasium in Grants Pass. That is a battle of two teams looking for their first Southwest Conference win, so good luck to the Roseburg girls coming up tonight. Also going on this evening is Roseburg Wrestling. They are up at the Research Tournament of Champions at Liberty High School up in Hillsboro. Best of luck to head coach Steve Landert and the entire Roseburg Roseburg wrestling program up there as they take part in the Research Tournament of Champions. Always a big tournament in the state of Oregon. So we'll see if we can maybe dig up some results on that throughout the day today, and to bring you coming up here a little later on as Josh Nelson will be trying to track scores from around the Southwest Conference and the Umpqua Basin here tonight. All right, folks, that's going to do it for our pregame show. When we come back, it's time for your Supercut starting lineups and tonight's tip-off. Stay with us. It's Roseburg basketball this evening on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roseburg High School for tonight's Roseburg Indian boys basketball matchup. Welcoming in the Grants Pass Cavemen. Grants Pass at 8-7, 1-2 in conference play. And the Roseburg Indians 3-13 overall, 0-3 in the Southwest Conference. It's time now for your starting lineups in tonight's matchup. As we go ahead and take a look, it is your Supercut starting lineups in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. We'll start with the visiting Grants Pass Cavemen, led by head coach Tyler York in his 4th year. Anthony Maravilla is the senior 6'1" guard, along with Chase Coyle, a 6'2" post senior. A senior guard at 5'10", Cade Anderson. Another senior at 6'3", a forward, Cade Ely. And a junior at 6 foot, the leading scorer on this Grants Pass team, Morgan Law. On the other side for the Roseburg Indians, they mix it up a little bit here tonight. Atreyu Pinard back in the starting lineup. He's been there all season, averaging 6.9 points per game. Dylan Johnson getting his first start of the season here tonight, the 5'8" junior. Carson Six still in the starting lineup, the sophomore, 5'10", averaging 5.8 points per game. Getting his second start of the season is Alaric Call, the 5'9" junior. And in the starting lineup for the first time tonight will be sophomore 6'3" Daniil Olson, averaging 8.3 points per game. And that is tonight's Roseburg starting lineups, brought to you by Supercuts. We get ready to go in the center circle. Pinard will win the tip against Chase Coyle, and Roseburg will start with the basketball. A quick jumper from Carson Six from the left side, no good, and a whistle on the rebound attempt by Pinard underneath. And Roseburg will keep the possession. Roseburg moving left to right on your radio dial. Roseburg wearing white tonight, blue on the other side for Grants Pass. Six will inbound it. On the far side, it is Dylan Johnson, a little off with his three-point shot, and the rebound comes down to the Cavemen. They'll have their first offense possession, bringing it across the floor. Morgan Law out at the top, hands it off to Ely. He's going to drive right side of the lane. He tried to scoop pass it through the middle, tipped, and it stays with the Cavemen. Cavemen with Grants Pass across the chest in white. White numbers on the front and the back for them. Blue tops, gray trim on their trousers. On the other side, Roseburg with the white jerseys, black numbers on the front and the back. Roseburg in black across the chest for the Indians. Grants Pass with the basketball, moving right to left across your radio. On the near side with it is Anderson. Back out to the top to Coyle, and they work it around to the far side. Driving baseline for a lay off the glass. Cade Anderson for two. Just about a minute ticked away here in this first quarter. It's 2-0. Grants Pass in front of the Roseburg Indians. Olson with it on the far side, dribbles into the corner. He'll get around the defender, stops in a jump stop baseline. He just put the brakes on, pulls up for the jumper. Underneath, fighting for the rebound. Alaric Call will get tied up. Possession arrow is going to favor Grants Pass. That was a nice move there by Olson, driving baseline, and he put the emergency brake on. I thought he was for sure going to the rim, but he put the brakes on, stopped baseline, took a nice jumper, just couldn't quite get it to fall. Still 2-0, a minute and 15 seconds away in this ball game. Out at the top, head fake, driving in, got bumped. Passing it away is Law out to the top. A three by Ely was off the mark. Rebound long into the corner and out of bounds to Roseburg. Still a 2-0 game with a minute 20 off the clock. And on the baseline will be Dylan Johnson to inbound here. Gets it to Olson, who brings it across, avoids the trap, goes through the defenders, had that ball poked out of his hands, and they will signal back to Roseburg. Almost thought that Olson was going to be the guy that had tipped it last out of bounds, but it stays with the Indians. Inbounding from the near corner. Olson will be the man with the basketball, looking for someone to get free. He's got to pass it somewhere out to the top. He lobs it. It's taken away. Maravilla, one out in front of everybody, lays it in softly from the right side for another two. An easy takeaway for the Cavemen, and they lead 4-0 against Roseburg. A minute and a half away. Johnson out at the top, dribbling. The junior, pass to the right side to Olson. The sophomore into the corner. Back out to the top. That ball tipped into the backcourt. No. Over and back by Roseburg. Turnover back again to Grants Pass. So the Indians struggling with the offense so far. A couple of shots taken, none dropping, and they've had a few turnovers as well. Out at the top, driving right side of the lane, Ely. Spin move through the lane, kicks into the corner. Driving baseline, Maravilla. Things open wide up, but he's too strong with an easy lay-in. Johnson had the rebound and then had it stripped away from him. With it is Anderson, and Grants Pass will get a second look at it. In the corner, a three-point shot, buries it. Cade Anderson has 5 as he hits his second field goal of the night, and Roseburg finds themselves in a 7-0 hole. No substitutions yet for Roseburg to put in some of the usual starters. Out to the free throw line. Pinard had nobody really on him. Now he dumps over the top of the defense, but Johnson too short underneath. Tried to strip the rebound away, can't get back to it. Johnson missing his second attempt of the night on a wide open attempt underneath, just got too deep. On the far side, Anderson thought about another three from the same spot, doesn't take it. Out to the top, Morgan Law between the circles will get it. He passes it off. Top of the key, left side, Ely gives it away. Morgan Law hits his first. A three-point shot from Morgan Law. Last year averaged just 1 point in 2 games against Roseburg. And he gets a three-point bucket that puts Grants Pass on top, 10-0. So far, Roseburg scoreless through almost 3 minutes of this ball game. Take a quick break. Let's take a 30s as well and be back after this. This is Roseburg basketball on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Roseburg needing some offense here. They continue to stay with the same 5 guys on the floor. Olson, 6, Pinard, Johnson, and Call. Out at the top, Olson with it. Crossover dribble, bounces in the middle to Call. That will all stripped away. Fight for it on the ground, and a whistle will stop the action. It's going to be a jump ball called with the arrow favoring Roseburg. Second jump ball of the ball game. Roseburg will keep the possession as they clean up some sweat on the ground after a Larry Call going to the ground. Call played a lot of minutes during the JV game, really was aggressive out there, but he was playing late into that ball game. I might have sat out a little bit more than I know, but I did see him late in that game. Call will get open on the weak side on the inbound, hits a bucket and is fouled, and that's a spark plug that Roseburg needed there. Larry Call coming into tonight's game, averaging 1.1 points per game, and he hits a bucket there. His season high is just 4 points. But he has played some big minutes at times throughout this season. Tyson Dixon will check in for Chase Coyle for Grants Pass as Roseburg gets on the scoreboard with 4:47 to play here in the first quarter. Calls free throws off the mark. Rebound came down to Grants Pass. Bringing it up on the near side is Law. Pass it a long ways across the floor to Anderson. Back out to the top for Ely. Driving right side. High off the glass. No good. Rebound came down to 6. He's got to dribble through traffic, and he clears it out up the floor. Back out to the top to Pinard. He tried to pick it up. Got it poked away. Grants Pass coming away with it. Right to the rim. No whistle, but Anderson, a tough shot as he got bumped as he shot. He gets it to go. He's got 7 in the first quarter. It's back to a 10-point lead for Grants Pass. Dylan Johnson will bring it across the timeline. Pinard comes to get it at the high post. Across the floor to 6. He's got an open look at a 3. Got it! Carson 6 with his first field goal tonight. Roseburg with their first 3. They're back within 7. On the left side, cutting through, Maravilla pass out to the far side to Anderson. Away to the top to Ely. To the free throw line. He stops. Gets it to Law. Pull-up jumper from there. And he just knocks it through. Morgan Law, second bucket for him. He's got 5. 14-5 your score. Across the timeline for Johnson. Right now, shots dropping for Grants Pass. Johnson picked up the dribble. Now they dump it to 6 on the far side. Great vision by Pinard to find 6 cutting to the rim. Got free behind the defense. And 6 lays it in. He's got 5 in the quarter. Roseburg back within 7 again. Ely driving left post. Out across the floor. A shot from Morgan Law again. Another 3. 8 in the quarter for him, and it's back to a 10-point game. Roseburg keeps trying to cut it down. They can't get the stop on the other side. Substitutions coming at the next dead ball for the Indians. 2:58 to play first quarter. Call has it. Out at the right wing. Pass across the floor to Johnson. Head fake. Drives in. Goes into the bigs. Had his shot blocked. Little whistle. That will send Johnson to the line, if I'm not mistaken. They call the foul against Tyson Dixon. Picks up his first. He had come into the game because Chase Coyle picked up a couple of early fouls. Already had the 2. That's 3 team fouls now against Grants Pass. None so far for Roseburg. At the free throw stripe will go Dylan Johnson. His season high this year is 4 for Roseburg varsity. Swing player. Matt Parker, Jacob Parker, and Zach Martin will all check into the game. 6, Call, and Olson all take a seat. So Roseburg will keep some of their shooters on the floor with Dylan Johnson, who had a nice JV game. Roseburg JV winning 48-34. Johnson hitting a number from beyond the arc. He hit his first on the free throw line. His second is good. So he gets the 2 free throws there. Roseburg back within 8, 17-9 with 2:44 to go first quarter. And Zach Martin's going to pick up a quick foul. Got caught flat-footed. Is driving around him. Anthony Maravilla had gotten the edge and caught reaching with Zach Martin. So inbound from the far sideline in front of the band. Maravilla will hold. He passes into the backcourt, and Law will pick it up there. On the right side, Maravilla out to the top. Trent Anderson passing to the near side. An offensive foul away from the basketball. They call that in the middle against Morgan Law, I believe. Trying to spot up. No, 3 seconds in the key? No, they did call it against Tyson Dixon. I didn't see him in the area there. Coming into the game, Cade Ely back in for Ty Dixon. He'll take a seat with his 2 fouls here early on. Roseburg early on getting a couple of players into some early foul trouble for Grants Pass. Jacob Parker will drive quickly up the floor into the corner, gets trapped there. He'll pass. He throws it actually off the rim, trying to pass it baseline. Out to Zach Martin, though, as Roseburg keeps it. Martin high off the glass, too strong. Rebound down to the Cavemen. Grants Pass will push in transition across the timeline. Law, far side. And Cade Anderson will pass it out to the top. Ely just runs head into Zach Martin behind the back dribble. Pass into the corner. Maravilla driving baseline, cut off by Pinard. Out to the top, Trent Anderson, driving, splits through 2 defenders, throws it to the far side, saved back in. I don't know how he stayed in bounds, but saving it in was Cade Anderson to Ely. Now into the corner, Trent Anderson back out to the top, and Grants Pass will reset. 1:40 to play, first quarter. Spin around move, Law kicks into the corner, Maravilla. He takes a fake, he got caught, airborne, did he travel? Yes. Coach Tyler York wanted a jump ball called, as they did get tied up, but instead of a jump ball, they call it a travel. Dylan Johnson will take a seat for Roseburg, as back into the game will come Danil Olson. And into the backcourt, Matt Parker will take the basketball. He'll work it through the defense to Jacob, into the corner quickly, a long 2 from Zach Martin. And Roseburg now back within 6, 17-11, a minute 22 to go. A little bit of a dry spell here for Grants Pass. Roseburg able to chip away a bit at the lead. Pass out to the top is tipped away. Oh, that's a travel. Picking up the basketball, Keenan Alderson. He just didn't get the pass away in time. The guard giving it back to Roseburg. Listed at 5'9", but he's about as tall as Jacob and Matt Parker there. I think 5'9" is a generous mark for Keenan Alderson. Zach Martin gets it at the left wing, out to the top to Olson. The low pass, he had to pull it in. Driving left side, a bump, a whistle, offensive against Matt Parker. Parker will pick up his first. Second team foul against Roseburg. Make that just 2 team fouls against Roseburg so far. Under 60 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's a 6-point game. Roseburg back within 17-11. On the left side, Maravilla into the corner for Alderson. The senior will dribble back to the top around a screen. Doesn't get free. He'll pass to the far side to Anderson. Trent Anderson, the sophomore. Some nifty dribbling. Drives in, but his shot off the back iron, no good. Pulled in by Matt Parker. Now stolen back away by Ely. No-look pass on the left side. Cade Anderson will get the easy bucket for 2. 19-11. Back to an 8-point game. A no-look pass there for Ely. Found the cutter to the basket after he pulled off the steal. After it looked like Roseburg had gotten the stop. Matt Parker driving baseline, had his shot blocked, and it goes up in the air, pulled down by Ely. Ely going to run the floor, pass left side, and a lay-in, and again, Anderson, this time Trent, gets the bucket. And that'll end the first quarter. Nearly a steal and an extra bucket at the end of the first quarter by Grants Pass, but they wave it off. Roseburg down by 10 after 1, after rallying back within 6. 21-11 our score. We'll be back with the second quarter here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Start of the second quarter, the Roseburg Indians under Grants Pass right now, trailing by 10, 21-11 as we start things here in the second period. Driving baseline for Grants Pass, that was Keenan Alderson, I'll get the name right there. Alderson had his shot blocked. I believe coming in to block that shot was Danil Olsen, and then a foul in the backcourt by Grants Pass. 7:42 to go here in the second quarter. Roseburg down by 10 after getting back within 6. Tonight's game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza and by Mahalo Heating and Cooling Solutions for your home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Danil Olsen drives into the right corner for Roseburg. He'll pass it back out to Carson Six. He drives in, but back out, pass it away. You've got the Parker brothers, Six, Martin, and Olsen on the floor to start this second quarter. Driving baseline was Jacob Parker. Parker's pass stolen away. Up the floor comes Grant's pass. Left side, too strong for Maravilla. Now we go the other direction. Grant's pass, unable to capitalize on their takeaway. On the other side, Roseburg after the stop. A three from Matt Parker was no good. A long two now for Olsen. And Danil Olsen will get it, his first points of the night. And Roseburg back within 8. 21-13, a minute away in the second period. Out at the top, pass tip nearly taken away, but able to keep it. Driving is Justin Ferris. Back out to Maravilla. He'll back it out between the circles. You've got Alderson, Maravilla, Trent Anderson, Justin Ferris, and Cade Ely out on the floor for Grant's Pass here to start the second quarter. Go with the pick and roll, but it's not there for Grant's Pass. Not rolling to the basket. Cade Ely was kind of fading to the corner, and that's why the pass was off target for Grant's Pass. So the pick and roll doesn't work. And Roseburg will have the basketball back. Substitutions in for the Cavemen. Back in comes Morgan Law. Also into the game is Cade Anderson. On the left side, Matt Parker out beyond the perimeter. He goes opposite side of a screen. They go to Six, cutting to the basket, had it smacked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay with Roseburg. Indians will inbound from the baseline. They stack it up. Coming to get it, Matt Parker out to the top to Martin. He drives right side. Had it bumped out of his arms. Now bumped out again. And somehow they give it to Grant's Pass. That was knocked out of Martin's hands by Grant's Pass and out of bounds. And apparently the officials don't see it the same way. I had my thoughts on it. Up the floor, Ferris will get it into the middle, and he travels. 5:57 to go, second quarter. 21-13, 8-point game. It's been a sloppy one at times for both sides in this first half. Roseburg has had probably more than Grant's Pass on that margin. Across the timeline for Parker to the near side for Olsen. Sloppy on the broadcaster side as well. They try to in underneath. Double team came, tipped it away from Zach Martin. Coming away with it is Alderson running the point. And on the right side, hit as he goes up with the basketball. Morgan Law will draw the foul, and he goes to the free throw line after fouled in the act of shooting. The foul goes against Carson Six, his first, and it'll send Morgan Law to the line. First free throws of the night for the Grants Pass Cavemen. Tonight's basketball game brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. And by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Second free throw for Law is good. He missed the first, so gets 1 out of 2. Makes it a 9-point game. And for some reason, Grants Pass was inbounding the basketball and going in Roseburg's direction. Justin Ferris didn't start the game, but the senior got a little bit got confused there. After his team made the free throw, he decided to take the ball out, and that's not quite how things work. Everybody getting a chuckle out of that one, including Justin Ferris. Roseburg will bring it across the timeline now. Now we're moving in the right direction. Jacob Parker at the top, pass it away left side. Zach Martin catch, shoot a three. It's long underneath Olsen, trying to fight for the rebound, tipping it up twice. He can't get to it. And just one attempt for Roseburg. Down to the other side comes Grants Pass. Ferris cutting through the lane at the free throw line. Pass it away. Morgan Law will draw it back out. Crossover between the legs. Dribbles left side. Hands it off. Alderson back out to the top. Will dribble left side now for Anderson. Cade Anderson driving the baseline. His shot too strong. First miss of the night for Cade Anderson, and Roseburg nearly turned it over. Carson Six will bring it across the timeline. Tries to Euro step. He throws up a shot. It's off the mark. He got hit down to the ground. He comes racing back down the other side. Pass out to Ferris on the left side. Stripped by Six, and Six comes away with it, draws a whistle. The Carson Six working hard to try and get something going. Should mention into the game for Grants Pass, Kai Perez had come in. Ferris will take a seat. Back into the game for Grants Pass. It's going to be Maravilla. And a timeout down on the floor here in the second quarter. 4:40 to go, second period, 22-13. It's been another scoring drought in this one. We'll take a quick 30-second break, come back with more of the action here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Midway through the second quarter, 22-13 our score. Roseburg currently trailing against the Grants Pass Cavemen. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Aviva Health. Roseburg will have the basketball out of the timeout. It was a steal and then a foul for Carson Six. He stole it away, and then Justin Ferris called for the foul. Ferris has checked out of the ball game. Jacob Parker will fire it across the floor to his brother Matt. Back out to Jacob at the top, who stands on the center circle, the edge, and calls out the offense. Hands it off to Carson Six to the free throw line. He'll have to hand it off to Zach Martin. Martin, with the defender right in his face, drives to the hoop, off the glass for two. And Zach Martin will head to the free throw line for the three-point play, trying to get the 5 points in the ball game for him. And he has Roseburg back within 7. Roseburg's trailed by as many as 10 in this ball game. Roseburg went nearly the first half of the first quarter, 3 minutes and 13 seconds without a point in this one. And Grants Pass jumped out to a pretty big lead on that. But the Indians have started to fight their way back, trying to keep it within that 10-point margin and keep it in single digits. Zach Martin hits the free throw, the three-point play, has Roseburg back within 6 again. Out at the top, Alderson with it, surveys the defense, passes to the right side to Anderson. Cade Anderson out to the top to Morgan Law. He drives left side, hands it off to Alderson, back out to the top for Cade Anderson. To the right side for Morgan Law. A long pass across the court, now out to the top. A shot off the mark for Cade Anderson, but in the corner, it's pulled in by Morgan Law, and it'll be a second attempt. Another long pass into the corner for Alderson. His three is off. Zach Martin comes down with the rebound. Martin, through traffic, weaves his way up the floor. He'll bounce it to Six on the left side. Roseburg gets the stop after a couple of attempts. Long pass for Six, gets it to Jacob Parker, drives in. He gets cut off by the bigs. Into the corner for Zach Martin, drives baseline. They pass it around. Good passing from Roseburg. Gets a three, and an open look for Matt Parker, and Roseburg's back within 3, 22-19. Roseburg right now outscoring Grants Pass 8-1 here in the second quarter. Out at the top, Alderson passing left side. Gets it back, though, out at the top. Coming to get it, Anderson. Cade will pass left side to Law. Law's going to dribble it in on the baseline. Wraparound pass on the baseline. Now they go to the elbow. It's Maravilla with it, who will pass away, and they will reset out at the top. Alderson passes it to Law. Now in the middle, Maravilla doing a good job working to get free. He gets the bucket, stops the run by Roseburg, and stretches the lead back out to 5 for Grants Pass, and they take the timeout. Let's take another 30-second break as Roseburg trails 24-19 against Grants Pass. 2:45 to go in the second quarter here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
.245 to go here in the first half of tonight's boys basketball game for the Roseburg Indians and the Grants Pass Cavemen. Roseburg will have the basketball out of the timeout. They trail by 5. They got it down to 3 after being down by as many as 10 multiple times here in the first half. Zach Martin, a pass across the floor to Carson Six, out to the top. Matt Parker, another 3. That one off the left iron, no good. Rebound pulled in by Law. And Law will bring it up the floor for Grants Pass. Dribbles to the far side, will hand it off to Cade Anderson. Alderson comes to get it between the circles. He'll reset. Grants Pass looks to the sideline for Tyler York, who yells out the new offensive set. Maravilla will drive to the free throw line, hands it off. Now into the corner. Alderson gets the open look at a 3. It's long. Rebound came down to Pinard. He'll get it up the floor to Jacob Parker. Had it tipped out of bounds by Alderson. Right idea by Pinard, who did a good job fighting for the defensive rebound, trying to press it up the floor. Just kind of left Jacob Parker in a difficult spot with a man right on him. Well, Roseburg keeps the possession. Inbound. Matt Parker catch and shoot 3 from the corner is good. Matt Parker hits the 3. It's a 2-point game, 24-22, under 2 minutes to play. Trying to answer Morgan Law. His 3 is long. Rebound, tipped up. Matt Parker comes in with it. Up the floor comes Roseburg attacking. Lay-in, tie ball game. Matt Parker ties it up on a lay-in, and Roseburg's tied at 24 after trailing by 10 multiple times. In the middle, Maravilla, a hook jump shot is just a little off the mark, and Roseburg down with the stop. The Indians fighting their way back, splitting the defense. Jacob Parker nearly dribbled it off his foot, gets it to Matt. Matt out to the top. Zach Martin a 3. Boom! Zach Martin rattles one through. Roseburg's on top, 27-24. What a comeback here for the Indians, who looked nearly left for dead in the first quarter. They fought their way back and lead by 3. A minute to go here in the first half. Out of the top, Alderson with it. He'll pass it away. A 3 is long. Rebound, tipped up. It goes down to Maravilla in the middle. He got the defense in the air, but a whistle will stop play. The 3 by Anderson was off. He has not scored in the second after having 9 in the first period. But underneath, man, Cade Ely, really give that senior some credit. He is a big body in the middle, and he has been tough to really corral. He got the offensive rebound, got it to Anthony Maravilla, and he gets himself to the free throw line, but misses badly on the first attempt. Into the game will come Trent Anderson for Keenan Alderson. Danil Olsen is going to check in as well for Roseburg. He comes in for Zach Martin. Zach picked up his second foul on that last play, so he'll take a seat for the final 55 seconds more than likely. Second free throw goes through for Maravilla. He gets 1 out of 2. Roseburg, 53 seconds. They lead 27-25. Jacob Parker races up the floor, gets in the middle. His floater just a little too long. Good attack, just a little bit off. In the half court, now into the corner. Trent Anderson a 3. You can't leave him that wide open. He buries it. And back in front comes Grants Pass, 28-27. They're finishing the first half strong, trying to keep the lead after giving up a 10-point advantage. Left side, Matt Parker with it to Danil Olsen. He's going to try the three from deep. It's just a bit short. Rebound, tipped. It goes to Pinard underneath. Got the defender up, goes back up, and his shot's off the mark. Body's falling everywhere, and up with it comes Grant's pass. Up the floor, pass across the floor, and Olsen pokes it away. Got there just in time to tip it away. 6.8 seconds to go here in the first half, excuse me. Roseburg down by 1 after trailing by 10. Inbound from the corner from Oregon Law. 6.8 to go. They go over the top to Ely. Catching as he's got his back to the basket. Ely able to lay it in. Inbound goes to Olsen. A three-quarter shot is off. It's 30-27. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg by 3. Not too bad for the Indians after trailing by as many as 10. We'll go to the halftime break. It's your more well-drilling halftime show when we come back. Also at the halftime, we've got the unified basketball game coming up for the Roseburg Indians. So stay with us. Plenty coming up here as we go to the break. The Indians down by 3 on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg Football on 541radio.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, where the Roseburg Indians trail Grants Pass 30-27 at halftime. For those that might be watching at 541radio.com and on the YouTube channel, here at halftime, we're getting entertained to a couple of basketball scrimmages for the Roseburg Unified Basketball programs. These are basketball programs for Unified Sports, part of Special Olympics here in the state of Oregon. Unified Sports combining both students with and without disabilities. And Roseburg tonight getting honored with a national recognition for their work with inclusion and promoting that here within their school. Out there you've got the basketball programs getting a chance to scrimmage here tonight, as well as the Roseburg Unified cheerleading team out there at midcourt cheering on the squads that are having some fun tonight here on both sides of the floor. These Unified basketball teams, I've gotten a chance to watch some of those with my wife working in special education. We've made our way out to a number of the Unified games. I've gotten to do some PA sometimes, but overall it's just a lot of fun to watch all the excitement and enthusiasm these athletes have for the sport of basketball. They are out there having fun, enjoying playing, and it's a great sign of inclusion between all the athletes that are out there on the floor. So way to go, Unified Sports here at Roseburg High School, getting celebrated tonight with a national recognition. As for our game here tonight, it is 30-27. Roseburg was down by as many as 10 in the first quarter. They were down by 10 in the second quarter. But they fought their way back, got within 6. Then Grants Pass built the lead back out again, and then Roseburg fought their way back as well. Roseburg at one time on an 8-1 run in the second quarter to get back in this ball game, and then they were able to tie it up at 24-all and then take a lead in that second quarter as well. Roseburg on top 27-24 at one point, but they were unable to continue the momentum, give up a couple of late baskets to Grants Pass, and the Cavemen take a 30-27 lead here into the halftime break. When we come back, we will take a look at some of the individual statistics from the first half. This is our More Well Drilling halftime show, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. It's More Well Drilling. Call them at 541-459-4039. We'll come back after another break. Roseburg basketball from Roseburg High School tonight. As at halftime, we are entertained by Unified Basketball for the Roseburg Indians tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Oh, we welcome you back here to Roseburg High School. We're here at halftime. The Roseburg Indians Unified Basketball Program and Unified Sports Program is currently about to receive its national recognition from a member of the Special Olympics Oregon program here to announce that. So they are out there taking care of those honoring tonight for the Roseburg Unified Program. So pretty cool to see the honor going to Roseburg there. Also, Sutherland is a recognized program, so a lot of great inclusion going on here in Douglas County with the programs around the region. I know Douglas High School also with a strong unified basketball program as well. Here at the halftime break, Roseburg trailing at 30-27 here during the More Well Drilling halftime show. It's time now to take a look at our stat update brought to you by Lamert Orthodontics. Lamert Orthodontics, embrace life. Call their Roseburg office at 673-0924. For the Roseburg Indians here real quick, for those that are watching online, Roseburg getting their banner here as they unveil it here at the gymnasium. They turned around, so there it is. That's pretty cool. Roseburg, Nationally Unified Championship School. So a National Unified Championship School for Roseburg High School. They'll put that banner. They've got an Oregon Unified Champion School banner already up here, but now nationally recognized as well. A great honor for Roseburg with the special ed and general ed departments here at Roseburg High School working together. Pretty cool. Congratulations to everybody that's been involved with that. I know a big honor for everybody there. All right. Back to our stat update here from the first half for the visiting Grants Pass Cavemen. 9 points for Morgan Law, 9 for Kate Anderson as well. 5 points in the game for Anthony Maravilla. Also in tonight's matchup, 5 points for Trent Anderson, 2 points for Cade Ely as well. For the Roseburg Indians, coming up off the bench tonight, Zach Martin and Matt Parker both scoring pretty well in the second quarter. They both have 8 after one half of play. Carson Six with 5. 2 points for Dylan Johnson, 2 points for Alaric Call, and 2 points for Danil Olson tonight as well. And that is your scoring from the first half of tonight's basketball action. We'll have your second half coming up here in just a few moments. Josh Nelson, though, has been standing by, keeping track of scores of note here tonight. And Josh, give us a rundown of what's going on here real quickly.
Hey, thanks, Joey. So for boys basketball right now, as you know earlier, Roseburg's JV did beat Grants Pass JV 48-34. And then Lakeview was at Glide today. Lakeview ends up beating Glide 65-39. Going to girls basketball, North Douglas ends up beating Yoncalla 67-23. Toledo visits Reedsport and comes away with the win 61-24. And then Sutherland was at St. Mary's Medford. Sutherland wins 66-30. And then in the NBA, the Portland Trailblazers should be just tipping off right now down in LA. This is going to be the first game for the LA Lakers since the death of Kobe Bryant. And it looks like South Umpqua at half is up 33-8 against Douglas girls.
All right, thank you, Josh. Keeping an eye on scores there. We'll continue to have updates on other scores throughout the evening here tonight. Again, that Portland Trailblazer basketball game going to be one we're going to be keeping a close eye on coming up here this evening as the Blazers honor Kobe Bryant along with the rest of L.A. after the death of Kobe Bryant earlier this week. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, it's time for the second half. That is your More Well Drilling halftime show. Keeping Douglas County green since 1947. More Well Drilling. 541-459-4039. Back with your second half after this on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Second half action coming up for us. Joey Kieran and Josh Nelson with you here tonight from Roseburg High School as the Indians get ready to square off with Grants Pass in the second half and see if they can come back for a victory first in Southwest Conference play. They trail 30-27 as we begin the second half. Tonight's action been brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans, located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. Roseburg will start with the basketball here in the second half. Out at the top, Jacob Parker with it. Roseburg going with their usual 5 starting lineup here to start the second half. Parker brothers, Pinard, Six, and Martin out on the floor. It'll be Six around a screen. Step back three. It's just a bit short. Rebound comes down to Maravilla. And up the floor will come Grants Pass. The Cavemen bring it into the half court. On the right side with it. Law will hand it off. Cade Anderson. They work it in the middle to Ely. Back out to Maravilla at the top. Maravilla back to Anderson. You've got Cade Anderson, Cade Ely, Anthony Maravilla, Morgan Law, and the fifth starter is Chase Coyle out there for Grants Pass. Coyle will get it in the corner, back out to the top. Into the middle of the zone defense from Roseburg. Ely with it. He's going to drive baseline. He gets redirected, though. Pass across the floor to Maravilla. Back out. Morgan Law gets an open look at a three, and he rattles it over the front of the iron. Maravilla gets his first three of the game. It's a 6-point lead now for Grants Pass. And the Cavemen will retreat back on defense in the half court. And the ball tipped out of bounds. It'll go back to Roseburg. So Roseburg will have it in the half court. Inbound from the far sideline. Carson Six will get it into Jacob Parker. Parker to the right side, hands it off to Matt. Matt out between the circles, calling out the offense. Passes left side to Martin, almost lost it. Things open up in the middle, drives in, and he gets hit as he tries to attack the Grants Pass defense. His thing's a weakness. He found a crease in the middle. He'll get hit in the act of shooting. And so Zach Martin will head to the free throw line. Foul goes against Chase Coyle, picking up his third here early in the second half. Only about a minute and a half ticked away. At the line, Martin. First one, he gets over the front of the iron and good. Coming in will be Tyson Dixon. He's got 2 fouls, but he checks in for Coyle, who leaves with 3. Roseburg basketball tonight is brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1939. Second free throw for Martin. It's good. So Martin hits them both. Roseburg back within 4, 33-29. Bringing it up the floor on the near side. Anderson with it out the top. They work it around the far side of the floor. Dixon will come to get it. Ely now at the top finds the baseline cutter. He gets it to Maravilla in the middle. His shot, though, off the mark. And underneath, it's the short guy, Matt Parker, that comes up with it. Up the floor come the Indians. Trailing 33-29 with 6:04 to go here in the third. Out at the top, Jacob Parker dribbling right side around a screen. Got free, goes baseline, has to pass it back out to Six. Six looking across the floor, will dribble it instead. Pick and roll with Pinard in the middle. He got hit as he turned to try and square up the hoop. So the foul goes against Maravilla. And baseline inbound for Roseburg. Six will go take his spot. Inbound goes to Martin. He launches a 3. Rims off underneath. Fight for it. Matt Parker steals it away. The arrow does favor the Grants Pass Cavemen. So the Cavemen will take it on the jump ball. They lead by 4, 33-29. Expanding their halftime lead by 1 point so far. Ely backs his way across the timeline, getting trapped. They'll find an open man in the middle. They find it Dixon now. He has a fadeaway baseline jumper. Tyson Dixon will hit 2, and now ball got tipped out, stays with Roseburg as they inbound from the baseline. They have to face a press from Grants Pass now. Six will inbound. It goes to Jacob Parker. Parker going to bring it up on the far side into the half court. Had the ball poked away. He's able to keep it. The Grants Pass defense just couldn't get their hands on it. In the corner, Pinard dribbling out to the top. Hands it off. It's Matt Parker into Martin. He drives in from the corner. Short with his 8-foot jumper. On the rebound down to Grants Pass, they bring it up. Near sideline, behind the back dribble by Ely for a big man, weaving his way through traffic with the right-hand lay-in, no good. Rebounder goes to the ground. That's Pinard. He goes down hard, and Grants Pass keeps the possession. Driving in, Maravilla from the left side, too strong. Ely with the putback on the offense, and that is a foul on the rebound by Six. A couple of attempts by Grants Pass. They couldn't catch it in, and they called a foul against Tyson Dixon, his third. A couple of the big guys for Grants Pass picking up 3 fouls early, and Dixon will check out as Trent Anderson will come in. Pinard seems to be all right. He stays on the floor for Roseburg after going down real hard trying to get to that rebound. Still full court pressure from Grants Pass. Matt Parker will have it. Works up the floor on the far side. Stops. Now attacks. Goes in the middle. Puts up a shot. His floater no good. Rebound underneath by Pinard. He draws a foul. That'll stop the clock with 4:41 to go here in the second quarter. It's a 6-point game, 35-29, but to the line goes Pinard. So far here in the third period for Roseburg, their only points have come from the free throw strike. Pinard's first free throw is good. Roseburg basketball here this evening is presented by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. by Cagle Communications and by Terra Firma Foundations. Second free throw, Pinard hits them both. So more points at the line for Roseburg. Cuts it back down to a 4-point game. Maravilla pass up the floor, tipped by Martin at midcourt. He takes it away. Roseburg, a defensive stop. Back to Martin on the right wing. Trying to back his way in, had it poked away, fight for it on the ground. That ball still loose, and a jump ball arrow goes to the Indians. So Roseburg will keep the possession after the steal, and Grants Pass nearly trying to take it back. Roseburg will inbound it from the baseline after the jump ball, but they got to clean up the sweat first. It'll be Carson 6 to inbound. They go into Pinard on the right side. Turns to face. He's going to try to attack right away. Laid in from the left side. He had the shot he wanted. He was too strong with it. Grants Pass with the basketball. Working up the floor on the left side. Kick back out. Driving in. Runner in the middle of the lane. Trent Anderson. High rainbow floater. Gets it to drop with the teardrop. Up the floor comes Roseburg, trailing 37-31. 4 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Jacob Parker pass away right side. 6 finds the edge, driving to the baseline. He was a little short with his shot, but he draws a foul, and Roseburg again another shooting foul will send him to the free throw line. It'll be the 5th against Grants Pass here in the second half, and this foul goes against Morgan Law, picking up his first. So Carson 6 will go to the line where Roseburg has scored all of their points here so far in the third period. And 6 will add to it with his first. Second one coming. Roseburg basketball tonight also brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall and Roseburg Refrigeration. Second free throw just rims out for 6. That one was down and it kicked back out. Grants Pass will bring it up the floor. Morgan Law with the basketball. Out at the top, a straightaway 3. Too strong, long rebound. Saved back in, bound by Law. Matt Parker was the first one there, but he thought it was going out of bounds. It's saved back in, and Grants Pass will get another look. Back out to Law out here on the right side. Anderson, they get it across the floor. Now Trent Anderson with it. Surveying for a cutter. Instead, throws at the top. Nobody's there. It's a Pinard who will take it away. Goes right to the rim and finishes. First field goal of the second half for Roseburg, and they're back to within 3. 37-34 with 3:12. Pinard almost gets a steal in the backcourt. Ely brings it across the timeline. Pass across the floor into the corner. Back out to Trent Anderson. He attacks. His shot blocked by Martin. And Roseburg comes up with the stop. Matt Parker has it. Roseburg looking for their first lead since the second quarter. Actually, they'd have to get a foul to do that. They'd need a 3 to tie it. 2:52 to go. Third, around a screen left side. Matt Parker has it taken right out of his hands by Ely. And they're going to call a foul on Matt Parker. And Parker stops the action there. Grants Pass will inbound in front of the scorer's table. Carson 6 heads to the bench. So does Atreyu Pinard. Coming in, Alaric Call and Danil Olsen for the Indians. Into the backcourt, Grants Pass has it. They lead by 3. To the near side, Cade Anderson. Out to the top, they work it around the perimeter to Trent Anderson. Maravilla comes to get it. On a motion with this offense between the zone. Down to the baseline. Morgan Law, the turnaround jumper is too strong. Jacob Parker bringing it up the floor, working quickly. Left side, catch and shoot 3 for Olsen. That one just rims out underneath. Maravilla with the rebound. Olsen looked pretty good with that shot, but it was just a little off. Ely will take it out at the top. Drives with the right hand in the middle. And they'll call the foul. And Ely wanted the bucket to go along with it. Won't get the call. Very spirited senior in the middle there. Showing some pretty good basketball skills, though. Driving with that right hand that last play. Inbound goes out to the top to Maravilla over the tips of his fingers, but he's able to control it. Now into the middle, they pass it to Law, and he has it stolen away, but Roseburg going to throw it away and give it right back to the Cavemen. Dylan Johnson will come back in for Roseburg. He started tonight, and that will send Danil Olsen to the bench. So Ely will inbound here in front of his own bench. Goes into Anderson. Trent. You got Trent and Cade Anderson out there. Out the right wing. Law. They pass it to the top. Work to the far side to Trent Anderson. Cade will come and get it at the top straight away. Pass to Maravilla on the near side. To the top. On the left side. Back out to Ely. He's going to launch a three. Got it. Cade Ely gets his first three of the night. He's got 5 in the ball game. 40-34, back out to a 6-point lead for the Cavemen. 1:31 to go, third. Johnson into the corner, back out to Call. Roseburg whips it around the perimeter to the far side. Jacob Parker dribbles into the corner. Martin, give and go. It wasn't quite there. Matt Parker, left side, three! Got it! Third of the night for Matt Parker. Roseburg needed that, and they cut the deficit back in half. 40-37, 1:10 to play, third. Ely with it out at the top. Just hit that three. He'll hand it off to Law. Working against Parker. He got him confused. Got him mixed up with the crossover. Couldn't finish at the rim, but draws a foul and will head to the line. Here in the third quarter, Roseburg with 10 points. On the other side, 10 points for Grants Pass. Still that 3-point lead that it was at halftime for the Cavemen, but they'll try to add to it at the line here. First free throws of the second half for the Cavemen, and Morgan Law will hit the first, the second one coming. Danil Olson in for Zach Martin, and also in Keenan Alderson, for Grants Pass. Roseburg basketball is also brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling and by our friends at Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Second free throw goes for the Cavemen. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. 42-37 your score. Jacob Parker across the timeline. One-handed pass to the right side to Matt Parker. He drives to the corner. Olson deep beyond the perimeter. Pass it away. Jacob Parker gets it. Drives to the baseline. Got trapped by the bigs. Gets it to Olson. Danil driving left side. Too strong. Tip out on the rebound. Goes out to the top. Roseburg a second look, but a foul. Knocks it away from Matt Parker. 5-point game right now. 38.7 to play. And almost looked like they were lining up for free throws there, but it's not a shooting foul. It'll be inbound from the baseline for Dylan Johnson. And they need, once again, the towel to wipe off the basketball. Apparently it is, once again, lathered in some sweat. DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop, another sponsor of Roseburg basketball this season, here on The Score. Johnson will inbound from the baseline. 38.7. Catch and shoot on the three for Danil Olson. Got it. First of the night for Olson. 2-point game. 29 seconds to go, third quarter. Ely out at the top will get it back to Law. Out in the center circle, couple of dribbles. Pounds it and passes it away. To the near side, Cade Anderson working against Jacob Parker. Down underneath the Ely, who gets knocked to the turf as he tried to collect that basketball in. And Ely will inbound it from the baseline. That's the first foul against Danil Olson. Grants Pass, leading by 2 with the basketball. Tonight we need some mop boys out there with the mops to clean up the sweat and clean the basketball as well, apparently. Ely will inbound. Gets it to Alderson. Back out to the top to Maravilla. Enters in underneath to Ely. Back out to Alderson on the three. It's tipped off the fingertips of Olson. Just quick reaction there to try and get his hands on it. And it goes right off his fingers and into the pads across the baseline. Had a chance at the defensive rebound. Just couldn't get the hands up in time. 10.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Carson 6 in, as well as Alaric Call, I believe. No, Pinard came in. Inbound in the far corner to Cade Anderson. Drives baseline. Gets cut off. 7 seconds. Long pass to Law. To Alderson in the corner. Back out to Law. 3 seconds. He drives in the middle. A scoop shot. Banks it in with the Irish. Morgan Law gets a bucket just before the buzzer, and we go to the fourth quarter. A 4-point game. 44-40. Grants Pass on top. Come back with the final period after this here on The Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Start the fourth quarter, 44-40. Grants Pass leading Roseburg. The Indians fighting back from a double-digit deficit to make this one interesting here late. They trailed by 3 at halftime, down by 4 here to enter the fourth quarter. To the far side, Kate Anderson. To the middle to Justin Ferris, but back out to the top as Grants Pass playing patient here against the zone from Roseburg. Pass to the baseline, Kate Anderson. That ball almost taken away by Alaric Call, but Grants Pass hangs on to it. 44-40, 30 seconds ticked away here in the fourth quarter. Morgan Law at the top trying to enter it into the middle. It's almost tipped away from Chase Coyle, but Grants Pass keeps the handle on it. To the near side, Kate Anderson again entering it down underneath the Coyle, trying to muscle his way through, and a whistle will stop the play. And a foul called against Roseburg. It'll be their 5th. They call this one against Alaric Call. From the Roseburg girls game tonight, going to the fourth quarter, Grants Pass leading by 6, 32-26 against the Roseburg girls. Close one there. Corner 3 on the inbound from Morgan Law will go. 3rd of the night for Law, and that's a big one there for Grants Pass. They're back out by 7. Jacob Parker crossover, gets to the free throw line, pass to Pinard, drives in, gets Coyle right on top of him, but it's too strong on the put in, and Alaric Call will save it, and that's an over and back. Pinard got a good position in underneath, was just a bit too strong. Nice effort by Alaric Call, but Call just couldn't get it to one of his teammates, and it rolls into the backcourt. 6:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. Grants Pass taking a patient approach with the basketball, leading by 7 now. To the near side, Kate Anderson looking underneath, gets a screen around it. He goes left, hands it off to Alderson. And a whistle away from the basketball. And they call this one on Alaric Call. Picks up a second one quickly. He's got 2 in the game, and he'll head to the bench. I think that was anticipated prior to the foul. Zach Martin was waiting to check in. He comes in for Alaric Call. 47-40, 6:31 to go here in this fourth. Inbound at the baseline, goes right into to Chase Coyle. Underneath, he got his own rebound after getting it tipped out of his hands as he shoots, and now they will call a whistle, and it's going to be 1-and-1 opportunity for Grants Pass. The foul goes against Jacob Parker, his first, a 1-and-1 opportunity as the Cavemen are into the bonus. Danil Olsen will come in for Matt Parker. Going to the free throw line will be Chase Coyle, looking for his first points tonight. His free throw hits the front iron, gets the friendly bounce on the road. Don't always see that. It falls through. 48-40. Roseburg basketball tonight also brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Second free throw no good. Rebound tipped up. Grants Pass keeps it, and a timeout by the Cavemen. Right now everything going Grants Pass way to start the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second break. 6:23 to go. 48-40. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg here on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Fourth quarter action here on the Score. It's brought to you by Mercy Medical Center. Grants Pass with the basketball out of the timeout. They lead by 8 against Roseburg. They've led by as many as 10. But Roseburg's been able to keep it at single digits after that slow start. Driving baseline, Alderson will dribble back out to the top. He passes it away to Morgan Law. Dribbling with the left hand. He'll pound the rock. Now hands it off to Alderson. Dribbles to the top, marked by Carson Six. Six reaching, trying to get a steal. Roseburg needing a stop. Grants Pass going patient, just dribbling away the clock. Out at the top with it, Kane Anderson to Alderson on the far side. Morgan Law comes to get it as he circles around. Out on the left wing, he'll dribble to the top. Gets it to an open Chase Coyle. He drives right in. Had his shot blocked by Pinard. Gets it back, though. Draws a foul, and he'll head back to the free throw line. This one's going to go against Jacob Parker. And back to the line will go Chase Coyle, where he is 1 for 2.
Chase Coyle at the line for the Cavemen.
8th team foul against the Indians. And once again, they have to clean off the basketball. Roseburg basketball this evening is brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by Abby's Legendary Pizza. So 2 free throws coming up here for Chase Coyle. This time he was caught in the act of shooting, so not the bonus free throws like before. He will hit the first here. Trent Anderson checks into the game for Keenan Alderson. Second free throw here coming for Chase Coyle can stretch it back to a 10-point game. Doesn't get it. Carson Six down with the rebound. 50-50 chance on the free throw line right now for Coyle. Is flying in. That was Cade Anderson. He saw an open Daniil Olson in the corner. Went airborne to try and get a hand on a shot. Olson pump fakes, tried to drive, and got just leveled by Anderson. And it's a 1-and-1 opportunity now for the Indians. As picking up his second foul is Cade Anderson. 5:35 to go fourth quarter. Daniil Olson hits the first. Roseburg's going to have to make their life at the free throw line here down the stretch if they want to try and keep in this one. 6 points in the game now for Olson, who averages 8.3. His second free throw no good. Pinard rips down the rebound. And now a 3 on the far side by Zach Martin. No good. Long rebound comes out and a whistle. Caught in transition. Roseburg runs over Cade Anderson. He'd picked up the rebound out at the top of the arc on Roseburg's half of the floor. He wasn't planning on taking off, and he got drilled as Roseburg in transition was trying to get back on the other side of the floor. And the foul will send us to the other side where it'll be Cade Anderson shooting free throws. And this game is now starting to slow down as teams are into the bonus, which works in Roseburg's favor. Clock not running. 5:28 to go as Anderson goes to the free throw line. Cade's first of a 1-and-1 is good. Roseburg basketball this season also brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Anderson will hit both his free throws, his first of the night. He's got 11 in the ball game, into double figures. Morgan Law will take a seat for Grants Pass. Anthony Maravilla will check in. Carson Six heads to the bench as well for Roseburg. I believe one of the Parker brothers checked in for the Indians. I believe it was Matt Parker out at the top. He'll pass Daniil Olson, the lefty, a shot at a 3. It's off the mark, and the rebound out of bounds. Olson now from behind the arc, 1 for 6. It's a 10-point game at 51-41. Out at the top, ball taken away by Pinard. 1-on-2, and he's going to draw the foul. Almost worried there for a minute on an offensive as he lowered the shoulder into the defender. I believe it's Justin Ferris that'll pick up the foul. Almost thought they might have called a player control foul against Atreyu Pinard, but he gets the call and he'll head to the line. Now I don't know if this is 2 shots, not a 1-and-1. They'll say he was trying to go up with the shot, so getting 2 will be Atreyu Pinard. First one is good. Tonight, Roseburg Basketball on the score brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. 9-point game, headed to the bench, Justin Ferris. Back in comes Cade Ely. Second free throw for Pinard is good. He is 4 for 4 from the line. He's got 8 points in the ball game. And a timeout by Roseburg with 5:01 to go here in the ball game. Roseburg trailing by 8. We'll come back after a 30-second break here on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
5:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg trailing by 8. It'll be Grants Pass basketball out of the timeout by Roseburg. We'll have a chance to break for a station identification here in just a second. Ely will have it as they go the full length of the floor. Roseburg putting the press on. Ely will run the baseline. He gets it into Cade Anderson. He'll work it up. Now numbers in favor of Grants Pass. Underneath, Chase Coyle can't get the bucket. Rebound. That is pinballed all around, and it stays with Grants Pass. An opportunity for Roseburg to get the stop, and they can't finish it off. Out at the top, pass tipped. It makes its way to Trent Anderson on the near side. He'll dribble to the right wing. Bounces it away at the top. Coming to get it was Cade Anderson. On the far side, now Maravilla with it. He'll go around a screen, but Daniel Olson stays with him. Pass to the near side. Trent Anderson will dribble it back out to the top spot at the top. Gets it to Ely. Ely starts right, goes left, now picks up the dribble. Will pass it away to Maravilla on the left side. Roseburg working with a man defense now after switching it up a few times between man and zone. Out at the top, crossover for Trent Anderson. Working against Matt Parker. Right now, Grants Pass, they're perfectly happy to run this clock down. In fact, they have worn off an entire minute off the game clock on this possession. Near side, Cade Anderson with it. Holds the ball high over his head. Finds the cutter, Chase Coyle in the middle. Bucket and a foul. Well, that is just brutal right there. Roseburg playing good defense. Then one cut. Chase Coyle got free. And he has not necessarily been an effective offensive player tonight. He had been 0 for 3 from the floor. He hits one there and now goes to the free throw line for the three-point play. 3:54 to go. That possession wearing off over a minute of the game clock. Chase Coyle shot no good. Rebound tipped up. No, that should have been a Roseburg basketball. That was Maravilla tipping it, it looked like, and getting his hand in there was Matt Parker. They say he touched it last. Not much of an argument from Roseburg, so maybe that was the way, but it sure looked like it was Maravilla tipping that ball away from Matt Parker, the much taller Maravilla at 6'1". Inbound for Grants Pass, so not only do they wear off a bunch of clock, they get the possession back, and they can wear off more time as Roseburg trails by 10. Out at the top, Ely gets it, gets away from his defender, nearly traveled, passes it to the near side. Trent Anderson lobs it out to the far corner to Cade Anderson. He'll dribble to the top, goes around Jacob Parker, and they call a foul. Looked like Parker might have gotten a hand in there to strip it away, but they blow the whistle to stop the action. That'll send Cade Anderson to the free throw line. Before we get the free throws, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
That goes in. Morgan Law comes in for Grants Pass. Cade Ely comes out.
Second free throw goes for Anderson. He makes them both. 3:32 to go in the ball game. It is now 55-43. Largest lead of the night for Grants Pass at 12. Roseburg was down by 4 entering the fourth quarter, but they have managed just 3 points. Driving to the free throw line. Carson Six kicks out. It's a 3 from Matt Parker. The knuckleball doesn't go through. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Stays with Grants Pass. On the other side, 11 points in this quarter for Grants Pass. Roseburg only has 3, and now it looked like a steal and a breakaway for Matt Parker, but he's whistled for the foul. And we are into the double bonus here for Grants Pass. Roseburg just in the single bonus. And that'll send Trent Anderson to the free throw line. Roseburg basketball this evening brought to you by Aviva Health. and by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts with your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg, or give them a call, 672-5701. Trent Anderson's first trip to the line. He hits the first and the second. Good free throw shooting tonight for Grants Pass. 57-43. The Cavemen salting away a victory here tonight at Stuart W. Robertson. Lost a handle on the basketball, and it goes to Grants Pass. Got to credit Roseburg after the slow start. They fought their way back in it. They took a lead at 27-24. Kept it single digits through much of this second half. But this fourth quarter has escaped them as Grants Pass has really put on the afterburners. Inbound goes to Morgan Law. He'll bring it up the floor and now slow it down in the half court for Grants Pass. Spin around Pinard and spin back out to the top. Law will pass it out to Kate Anderson. Grants Pass, they've done a pretty good job of perfecting this keep away offense. Just keeping Roseburg without the basketball. On the near side, Kate Anderson. Oh! Hard foul there from Pinard as he tried to race to get to the basketball. And his momentum carries him right into Kate Anderson, I believe. No, it was Morgan Law. And kind of took him out just a bit there, but Law will go to the free throw line. Pinard picks up his second. First free throw is good for Morgan Law. High school sports here on The Score this season, once again brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1939, by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg, by Kegel Communications, and by Terra Firma Foundations. Morgan Law's second free throw hits the front iron and falls through. Law gets them both. He is now 5 of 6 from the line. 59-43 out to a 16-point lead for Grants Pass. Martin in the corner, going to drive baseline, got wide open, and he makes the bucket. 12 in the game for Martin. Trying to dribble through a double team. Able to hang on to the basketball. Law, pass it away, gets it right back. Pinard right on top of him, and Pinard, a ticky-tacky foul whistled there. Pinard will pick up his third. 2 free throws coming for Grants Pass. Well, Roseburg's going to be on the road 1 week from tonight. They'll take on North Medford. That'll be first game of the month of February for the Indians. The first free throw goes through for Morgan Law. 15-point lead now for the Cavemen. And he hits the second. Back to a 16-point margin. Out at the top to Neil Olson, one-handed pass into the corner to Martin. Tries to enter it into a cutting Pinard. He ends up with it, goes around the defender and draws a foul. That'll send Atreyu Pinard to the free throw line.
Foul against Chase Boyle.
Final score from Grants Pass between Roseburg girls and the Grants Pass girls. 45-31, the Grants Pass girls pulling off the win by 6 against the Roseburg. Pinard at the free throw line. Been a good spot for him tonight. He hits the first. Here in this fourth quarter, Roseburg had not scored a field goal until that last bucket by Zach Martin. Other than that, all their points had come at the free throw line, thus leading to the low score here in this fourth quarter for the Indians. Only 6 points here in the quarter altogether. Make it 7 as Pinard stays perfect at the free throw line. He is now 6 of 6 from the stripe. 61-47 our score, 14-point lead for Grants Pass. They take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. 30-second break, come back after this here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, it's been a good battle tonight for the Roseburg Indians, but just not They don't have enough here in the fourth quarter tonight, and that has been one of the storylines that Coach Jordan Humphreys has talked about throughout much of this season, is putting 4 quarters together. Roseburg has done it at times. They led by 10 early against South Medford in their last one. They led by 6 at halftime against Sheldon. Against South Eugene, they were only down by a few points at halftime. They were right in there with it with one of the top teams in the conference. But putting all 4 quarters together, that has been the puzzle for Roseburg tonight. Whistles blowing as the official wants to talk to both Carson Six and Anthony Maravilla about their action out at midcourt on the inbound pass. Got to get it in quick. 5-second count against Cody Ely. And he's a little frustrated that the whistle blew. He thought he had gotten it in just in time, but he turns it over. So Roseburg gets the ball back. They trail by 14 with 1:49 to go in this one. Inbound to Matt Parker. Catch and shoot. 3. Got it. And a timeout by Roseburg. Down by 11. Is there enough time? 1:46 left on the clock. We'll take a 30-second break. Come back after this. Roseburg trying to make a last-ditch effort. When we come back here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
The Roseburg band entertaining us there during that timeout as the Roseburg Indians trying to make a run of it here, down 61-50 with 1:46 to go. But a 3 from Matt Parker gives them a little glimmer of hope if they can start getting a stop. That ball tipped by Pinard. Fight for it! And just out of bounds on the baseline was Atreyu Pinard. Roseburg was trying to call for a timeout, but they didn't get it. And Jordan Humphreys is just standing there staring at the the referee, excuse me. He's still just standing there having his word. Roseburg almost had the steal, couldn't get it. Now breaking the press is Grant's pass on the other side of the floor. Kate Anderson out to the top to Morgan Law. And Grant's pass has done a good job of playing keeping away. Can't tell if coach is asking for him to foul. He might just be yelling at the official trying to say, yeah, Coach Humphrey's not happy with the crew tonight. Well, I think it goes back to what happened on the inbound pass where Pinard almost got the steal and then got called being out of bounds while Roseburg, he had the possession, and Roseburg, I think, was trying to call a timeout. Would have been their last, but it would have kept the possession in their favor. Now at the free throw line, Anthony Maravilla will hit the first. I think they also wanted an offensive foul call against Grant's pass on the other side here, using the off arm to keep the defender off of them, but they did not get the call. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall and by Roseburg Refrigeration. And, of course, don't forget Barnes Heating and Cooling. Second free throw coming here for Maravilla. He's got it. He is 3 of 4 from the line. 63-50, 1:21 to go. 13-point lead yet again for Grant's pass. Nearly lost it. Into the corner, a 3 from Martin. Good! Zach Martin hits the 3. Roseburg 3-ball, keeping them with a little bit of hope. They're down by 10, but a finish on the other side for Maravilla right in front of the rim. And it's back to a 12-point game. On the other side, under 60 to play, driving in. Matt Parker launches it off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Ely, and he gets it to a teammate. Bringing it up the floor is Trent Anderson, weaving through traffic to the near side to Law. Law back out to the top. Grant's pass going to try and force Roseburg to foul, and Zach Martin will. Foul against Zach Martin. 65-53, a 12-point game. Roseburg had it down to 10. They're right around the 1-minute mark, but might just be too much to overcome this late in the game. And at the free throw line, Grant's pass going to try to add to it. Missing the first is Cade Anderson, his first miss from the line. He was 4-4 going into it. Second one rattles around and falls through. 66-53, 41 seconds to go. Roseburg racing up the floor. Olsen, left side, splits the defense. They'll let him go right to the rim. And Daniil Olsen finishes there. Olsen with 3 points in the quarter, up to 8 in the game. Another timeout down on the floor. We'll keep it right here with 35.2 seconds left to go in this one. South Eugene, the next opponent for Grants Pass. They'll have Tuesday off, and they'll play next Friday. That one at home against South Eugene, the first place team in the conference, depending on the results of tonight's game against Sheldon. For Roseburg, their next game is going to be on the road against North Medford. We'll make the trip down there to bring you the action against the Black Tornado. 6:45 the tip, and 6:30 our pregame coverage here on The Score for that one. So stay tuned for that action coming up this weekend. Quick reminder for all of you that might be listening that tune into The Score on a regular basis. Coming up tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, the power company is turning off the power to our FM frequency as they do some maintenance. So starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll have the power turned off on 92.3 FM for 4 hours until 11 o'clock, and then it'll get turned back on. So we'll be back on the air around 11 o'clock tomorrow on 92.3 FM. But we will be still broadcasting on 1490 AM, as well as you can listen to the station, streaming online, however you do that. So the FM station will be down, but there's still plenty of ways to follow the action. Roseburg fouling on the inbound. Dylan Johnson getting in there, sending Cade Anderson back to the line. And Anderson will hit the first. He's now made 6 free throws out of 7 attempts. So no 92.3 FM from 7 till 11 tomorrow morning, just to let you guys know. Second free throw goes through. 7 of 8 from the line for Anderson tonight. 68-55, 13-point game. 30 seconds to go. Pinard on the far side with it. Going to dribble around the screen from Matt Parker, and he lost the basketball. Cade Ely comes away with it. A 2-on-1. He takes it right to the rim. No, count it off. It's an offensive foul. Ely running over Dylan Johnson. Cade Ely picking up the foul, his first. Nice job there by Johnson to take the charge. Still 68-55. Up the floor, Daniil Olsen. The jumper from just inside the arc is a little long. Rebound down to Ely, 11 seconds to go. And this one's going to be final. Roseburg is going to fall to 0-4 in conference play after a valiant effort against Grants Pass. They couldn't hang on in the final period. 68-55, your final score. The Roseburg Indians fall tonight here at home against the Grants Pass Cavemen. Come back with your post-game show after this on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg Football on 541radio.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome, everybody, back to Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School, where tonight the Roseburg Indians, they came back, they took a quick lead, they could not hold off Grants Pass tonight as the Cavemen pull off a 68-55 victory against the Roseburg Indians. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Keyran, looking to wrap things up with you here tonight as the Roseburg Indians fall against the Grants Pass Cavemen. Roseburg will go to 0-4 in conference play, 3-14 on the season. Grants Pass improves to 9-7 and 2-2 in the Southwest Conference. Tough one tonight for the Roseburg Indians. They fought their way back to get into it, but just could not hold off Grants Pass. Roseburg went without a field goal through the first 3 minutes and 13 seconds in the first quarter. Finally got on the board. They trailed, though, by 10 at the end of the first quarter, 21-11. Roseburg was down by as many as 10 in the second quarter, but fought their way back and actually took a 27-24 lead at one point in that second quarter. But it was a 6-0 run to finish out the first half for Grants Pass, and that put it at 30-27 at halftime. The Cavemen in front by 3. They extend the lead to 4 points in the third quarter on top 44-40. But Roseburg struggles to score in the fourth quarter, and Grants Pass started playing keep-away basketball, and they would wear off the clock, limiting the offensive opportunities for Roseburg, and the Indians fall 68-55. Largest lead of the night was 16 points for Grants Pass, 3 points for the Roseburg Indians. As we make our way through the postgame show, when we come back, we'll take a look at individual scoring from this one. Josh Nelson is looking up scores on other games of note here tonight as well, so stay tuned. We've got more coming up for you here in the postgame show. The Roseburg Indians falling at home tonight, 68-55. This is Roseburg basketball on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
The band is rocking out here tonight at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, as they tend to do. Continue to serenade us here with a little bit of impression that I get from I think that was the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. I don't know. Just pulling that one out of the back of my head. Reaching back into the music catalog. But they do an amazing job, and they love to rock out once the game is done. Well, this one is complete. The Roseburg Indians fall 68-55 against the Grants Pass Cavemen tonight. Let's look at individual scoring from this one. It's presented by Laverne Orthodontics. Embrace Life. Call their Roseburg office at 673-0924. For the visiting Grants Pass Cavemen, they make 7 3-pointers in this game, shot 21 of 27 from the free throw line. Leading the way with 20 points is Morgan Law. That is up there on his season for him. 20 points tonight. He goes from the free throw line, 7 of 8 in this one, scores 11 points in the second half. Behind him, also in double figures tonight, 16 points for Cade Anderson. Anderson going 7 of 8 from the free throw line. And in double figures, Anthony Maravilla gets 12 in the ballgame here tonight. Also for Grants Pass, you had 9 points for Trent Anderson. And then you had 5 points in the game for Cade Ely. And 4 points for Chase Coyle, 2 points for Tyson Dixon. That is your scorers for Grants Pass. On the other side, Roseburg, 13 of 15 from the line. A nice night at the charity stripe for the Indians. They make 8 3-pointers. All of those are good. A few more turnovers than they wanted, and I think they just didn't get off as many shots as Grants Pass did in this one tonight. Zach Martin leads the way with 15 points. Matt Parker, 14 points in the ball game. Parker hitting 4 3-pointers in this one tonight for Roseburg. 8 points for Daniil Olson and for Atreyu Pinard. 6 points for Carson Six. And 2 points for Dylan Johnson and Alaric Call. And that is your scoring tonight for the Roseburg Indians. Well, a tough one tonight. Roseburg falls to 0-4 in conference play and 3-14 3-14 overall. They've now lost 5 straight games. When we come back, Josh Nelson will have a look at some of the scores for you, and we'll wrap things up tonight here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Don't go anywhere, folks. Polish off the postgame show when we return here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, a tough one to swallow tonight for the Roseburg Indians. They had their opportunities once again, but putting together a full 4 quarters continues to be the elusive outcome for the Roseburg Indians here this season. Joey Keyran here with you in the post-game show as Roseburg tonight takes a 68-55 loss against the Grants Pass Cavemen. We'll wrap things up here with us as the band puts the final touches on the fight song for us here tonight. Josh Nelson's with us. He's been running the video production for us tonight, as well as keeping tabs on scores of other games going on of note here tonight. So let's check in with Josh one last time as we wrap up the broadcast. Josh?
Hey, Joey, thank you. So as of right now, I'm going to go to the NBA first. Portland Trailblazers just at the end of the first quarter here. Portland leads the Lakers 38-36. Remember, this is the first game that the Lakers have played at the Staples Center since the death of Kobe Bryant. And my wife did say, she did message say that it was a pretty emotional scene there, watching it there on TV. Going to girls basketball now, and in no particular order here. I pretty much wrote them down as they came in. So North Douglas was at Yoncalla. North Douglas wins 67-23. Toledo was at Reedsport. Toledo wins 61-24. Sutherland is at St. Mary's Medford. They win 66-30. Again, this is girls basketball. South Umpqua girls were at Douglas. They lose 64-36. Roseburg girls were in Grants Pass tonight. Grants Pass wins that one 45-31. And then Elkton hosted Days Creek tonight. Elkton walks away with the win 49-24. And then Pacific/Powers was at Glendale tonight for the girls. And Pacific/Powers wins 59-21 over Glendale. As for boys basketball scores, don't got a whole lot here, but I got a couple scores here. I did say that Lakeview was at Glide earlier. I apologize, I'm correcting that. Glide is at Lakeview actually tonight. Lakeview does win that game though, 65-39. And then St. Mary's Medford at Sutherland. St. Mary's Medford ends up beating the boys, Sutherland boys, 58-50.
All right, thank you, Josh. Good look at the scores there. And of course, you can always find scores online at osa.org, and we try to post them on 541radio.com as well. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here tonight as we wrap things up with tonight's broadcast. Congratulations, Grants Pass, on the win here this evening. Thanks so much for making the trip up here to the Grants Pass Cavemen and head coach Tyler York. As always, we'd like to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, head coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Josh Nelson for the video production tonight. Thanks to Angela Kieran for running the video camera for us this evening. Thanks to Britton Cranford back in the studio running the radio production tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I am Joey Kieran, and we will hopefully have you guys with us when we are back on the radio coming up 1 week from tonight. We'll be down on the road at North Medford next Friday night when the Indians take on the Black Tornado. It'll be a big matchup there for Roseburg if they can get a win on the road and snap this winless streak in Southwest Conference play. The game tips off at 6:45 next Friday night. That means our pregame coverage will start at 6:30. As always, you can tune in and catch the game streaming live online at 541radio.com or tune in for Roseburg basketball all season long right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.